Monday live chat. So today's topic is 5 ways to make it as a successful reseller. So we've got kind of 5 different things we're going to talk about, and how can you be successful as a reseller? What are some of the things that we do on a regular basis that we take for granted that everybody knows, but you may not know if you're brand new to the reselling business, or maybe you're just hitting kind of a roadblock and sorry, my coffee maker is making some really weird noises right now. Or maybe you're hitting a roadblock and you're like, why is everything not going well? Well, maybe you're missing one of these steps. And so we're going to go over the top 5 things to make it us as a successful reseller. Paul will be joining me momentarily. He's going to bring me my coffee because it wasn't done yet. So now I'm a happy camper. Yay! All right. So hopefully you guys are on. Please go ahead and give us a shout out, because as we are live, we do have the option during a live stream for you to offer a super chat, which is basically just a monetary donation of any amount, saying thank you for the content. Also, you can always go to hookedonpickin.com and check out all the things we have there. Hopefully you enjoyed our instructional videos on how we order some wholesale that we did last week. We were kind of out of town, and so we put out a couple of different types of videos since you guys were kind of asking for that. So hopefully you guys got a chance to see that. If you didn't, go back and watch them, because they do have a little bit of a special bonus for you guys in there if you do watch them. So check that out. Also, thank you so much for those of you who subscribed to the text messaging. You should have gotten a text message right before this stream started reminding you that it is going live. And so hopefully you guys got that. And if you're not signed up for the text messaging, you can do that. Just go to hookedonpickin.com. There'll be a 10% off pop-up button, and you can subscribe to our email list, or you can just click the link down in the description below, and you can become a part of our text messaging list. I don't blow up people's phones, I promise. And so, but anytime we do anything new or special, or have kind of a special offer for our subscribers, we do that. So we do a special offer for our text messaging subscribers as well. So it's something new we're going to try, see if you guys enjoy it, and hopefully we're not blurry or anything with the window open.
It's kind of bright, but I don't know, you might be able to see out there, you might not be able to, but yeah. It is pretty out there, all the fall colors changing and everything. If your video image is blurry, if you tap on the video, there should pop up 3 little white dots in the top right corner. You click those. You go to quality, I think it is, and then advanced, and then 720p, and then it clears it up. Let's see when it does right now. So I don't know why that works that way, but it does, works well.
It usually helps whenever you're watching live streams.
Okay, first 2 comments. Janet Hooks.
Hi, Mama Hooks.
Says hi from Mama Hooks in North Carolina.
She's coming home this week, I think.
Yes, she is. We're doing Thanksgiving here at the house.
We are.
Decor and More says hi.
Hello.
Feels like it's been a while for Decor and More.
Yeah, we haven't seen Decor and More.
Very faithful viewer. Decor and More. Decor and More. Do you resell? I think you resell.
I think, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Very good. I don't know. Do you have a shop? You might have a shop. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I've taught you before. Okay, 5 ways to make it as a successful reseller.
That's a hard word to say, I feel like.
Successful. Gotta be careful with that word. Get in trouble. Rule number 1, be honest.
Yes, you definitely want to be honest. You definitely want to never lie to your customer. Make sure you put a very, very, very accurate description on all your products. Yep. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible to sell something broken. When I went down to the Goodwill outlets quite often, there's 2 close to us, one in St. Louis and one in, was it Bridgeton?
Yep, near the airport.
Brighton, Bridgeton, something like that.
I think it's Bridgeton.
But they're about an hour drive for me to be able to get to them. But I would find like a Walkman. And for whatever reason, like a Walkman, people love those things. But I would find it in, like, let's say one of the buttons stuck or something like that. As long as you enclose that in the listing and try to make it obvious. Hey, listen, it's, you know, that button sticks. People still bought it from me, actually for good money. Mm-hmm. And I really never had any problem with that. Now, I didn't list it as, or we didn't list it as new.
Right.
So that's something that you might think you could never sell something that just went off, and I have no idea how to shut it off. Okay.
I'll turn the volume off while you're
I
talking.
don't know if you can. It's volumeless.
It's got the volume on.
Oh my goodness! I just learned something new. You're amazing, Heather.
There.
That's what you are. So, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of corners you could cut and not be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it does not pay off to be dishonest, or you could be unintentionally dishonest, by just being in a hurry and you list something wrong. And that actually happened to me the other day. I was using the description for a pair of boots I was listing and did not read it thoroughly enough. The description said it was wide width. The person ordered it and said, hey, I thought these were supposed to be wide width. Yeah. And I pretty much was like, I am so sorry, and refunded their money. And so, sometimes you need to take a loss if you honestly, it's your mistake or your fault. Like if someone gets it and they're like, hey, you said XYZ, you do the investigating, and you're like, oh, it does say that, and I listed it wrong. Own up to it. You're going to take a loss as a seller, and that's heartbreaking because every little penny counts in the reselling business, especially when you're starting out, but you will retain a customer and a faithful customer if you are honest like that.
Yeah, I don't think that counts as not being honest, though.
No.
I mean, you were trying to do what you could. I mean, this is purposely misleading people. You can always make a mistake in listing, and as soon as that gets pointed out and it's verified, you should.
Well, and how would you feel? Like we had a handbag. What was it? We thought it was Michael Kors or something like that. But there was no way for us to verify that it wasn't a knockoff. It was some kind of a high-end handbag, I think it was. But there was no way for us.
We had a Gucci bag.
That's what it was.
So it had the right emblem. Everything looked right, except we just couldn't verify it. So we were just like, well,
okay, you can buy it for $40,
Yeah, and the weird thing, we looked in like Etsy, you can buy them. eBay, you can buy them. I'm like, I didn't think you were supposed to sell knockoff stuff, but as long as you say that it isn't. And there's all kinds of little parameters with that. I don't know. We kind of went back and forth whether we should or shouldn't.
What we ended up doing was we just avouched in the description. This is not verified. It could be a brand new Gucci bag, but it was not verifiable. So therefore, you're getting it at a discounted price.
It came from Amazon returns, and not returns. Amazon overstock.
Yeah.
So my guess is, Amazon said, I don't know, and they booted it because Amazon's pretty quick to boot product. So could have been, might not be, who knows. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Number one, be honest. And when you're do your absolute best to try to list it right and everything. But you're going to run into people that aren't very honest at times. We've had all kinds of weird things that have happened with that.
And not just as a seller, you will end up with buyers that are not honest.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and so that makes it really hard. I actually just got an email from somebody asking me, hey, do you think this is a scammer? It was on one of our comments, I believe.
I think so.
And so we responded back. Anytime this particular person kept wanting them to email them, hey, can you just send this to my personal email and not through eBay?
Right.
And anytime that happens that they want to do a discussion off Poshmark platform,
right.
I know Poshmark is a little bit weird because it's almost like a little chat box that everybody sees, but the more you communicate on the actual platform, the more that platform can help you when it comes to deciding the fate of refund or no refund or an open or closed case in the case of eBay.
We had that happen a lot on eBay. People were buying our product that was brand new. They would get it, they would replace it with their broken item and send it back to us. And the first probably 2 or 3 times, I didn't catch it. And then the third time I looked at it and I'm like, this isn't even the item. This isn't even the correct item that we were shipping.
I think it was like a coffee pot that was totally different.
Yeah. And I'm like, what's going on?
It was like
here?
A totally different color. You could tell it had been used for a while. Like the plastic on the outside of the coffee pot was yellowed. And so it was clearly, decades old in comparison to the new one we just sent them.
I think we were selling a new or an old overstock or something like that.
New old stock.
Old stock, yeah. Okay, catch up on some questions here. And if you guys have any questions, even if it's off our topic, feel free. Decor and Moore says hi.
Hello.
Decor and Moore says, I do. She owns a shop. Michelle Estrella says hello in a little wave. Decor and Moore says, your items are for my family mostly. Are all your air fryers gone? I believe so.
I think so.
I believe so.
I think we sold the last one.
If you...
Yeah, I think we did sell all the air fryers.
I think they're gone.
Yeah.
I think they're gone. We had quite a few. I think we had like 15, I think is what we got at one time.
We would love to find those again because they sold really well. I mean, they didn't sell fast, but they sold really well.
We sold like 1 or 2 a week.
Yeah.
And they just consistently
They
sold.
were brand new, and that was back in the days where you could get really good bulk pallets.
Let's see, let's see.
Also, I'm just adding the new SMS text messaging to alert people whenever we go live and whenever we have updates or any kind of discounts and stuff. And so if you want to opt into that, the link is down in the description below. But if you got the text message reminding you of today's videos, let me know, because I'd like to make sure that, hey, it's going out right and you're getting the notification.
We're trying to get fancier.
I'm getting fancier.
Heather is, at least. Decor and more. We do have blenders. I know it's not an air fryer. I think I've got some brand new Oster blenders.
We have a lot of frying pans and frying pan sets.
Do have some of those.
We have some really nice, like, full sets that are really cool.
Some 10-piece sets.
Yeah.
Let's see. Andrew Elder says, "Hey, Heather and Paul, can't wait to get my fire sale order. It says it should arrive today."
Awesome.
Wonderful. Michelle Estrella says it was a Gucci bag, the one we were talking about.
Okay.
And she says Poshmark authenticates for you, which that's helpful.
Oh, okay.
Decor and more says I resell as a hobby, so not great big sales. I enjoy watching your business grow. Very good. Yeah, I thought Decor and more. I thought we had a message back and forth once or twice.
Yep.
I could be mixing it up. I thought that you might have been a reseller at times, so it is a lot of fun. Spiky Games TV says, "You don't look too successful judging by the looks of your house." Thank you, Spiky Games TV.
That was so sweet.
Sweet and innocent.
It's really nice that he can judge by one corner of our house as well.
No, we're no millionaires by any stretch of the imagination, so nothing.
Nor
like
do we feel that we need to have lots of expensive things.
Right. Well, we wouldn't mind having a few expensive.
That's true.
We had some money for it, but yep. Let's see. Michelle Estrella says, "What does success look like? People can be so rude." Yeah, they don't worry about it. Brett Rosard says, "Hey, I learned about the wholesale formula program from your channel. Did y'all attend the webinar?"
I did not attend this last one just because of time, but I have attended the webinars in the past, but I did not attend the most recent one.
I do like the wholesale stuff. I really do. Because liquidation, you're always just not sure what you're getting.
Yeah, in wholesale items, you can get reoccurring.
Right. That's why we tried to put out those 2 videos. Was it Friday and Saturday about wholesale?
About how to buy wholesale.
Yeah. Let's see here. Edna Gardner, hello from Ohio.
Well, hello, Edna.
Jennifer Smith says, "Hey, Paul and Heather, I got my purchases Saturday. Super fast. Man, that's super fast."
That is fast because the fire sale was Thursday.
So, Jennifer, you must be paying the same day, right? So if you paid Thursday, did we ship it out Friday or Thursday?
We must have shipped it Friday because I don't think we shipped anything from the fire sale Thursday.
Oh, really? Good.
Because we got done, we didn't have a pickup scheduled for Thursday, so it went out Friday and showed up on Saturday.
Yeah.
But my guess,
great.
She always gets it UPS, too.
Could be.
UPS is a lot faster.
Could be. Well, I mean, I'm glad it's working out well for you.
There have been quite a few people that get it before Monday, which is shocking.
Yeah, we try to fulfill our orders very quickly. The only thing that might hold us up is the weekend.
And this weekend especially, because we were gone Friday and Saturday.
We went to a funeral of a good friend, and or the good friend is the wife in the family, and her husband passed away, and so it's really...
We drove to Arkansas.
Really great to be able to do that. So I'd say, as a pastor, I always had the freedom to go, of course, to do a funeral and to be at a funeral, but the reselling gave you the freedom to do it too.
Yeah, I could go too.
So we both got to go, and that's a real encouraging time to be able to do that. So, and we got to go to Arkansas. We'd never really been through Arkansas. Went down Highway 7.
Oh my goodness, that was the craziest road to drive, but gorgeous, especially now because it's the fall.
Right.
All right. So number 1 in the was it top 5? Number 1 in the
5 ways to make it as a successful reseller.
I'll just leave that there.
Okay,
so
there
I
you
can
go.
Remember what I titled.
Number
my
1
video.
is be honest. Number 2 is be professional. I think that kind of is connected to be honest. because sometimes you're going to run into people that either aren't honest or they're just very frustrated that their item came broken, or it wasn't the color they wanted, or it wasn't the size they wanted, or something. And people can say some pretty hateful things at different times.
But there's some specific nuances to being professional, such as anytime you correspond back and forth with one of your buyers, make sure that you're using complete sentences. Make sure you're using capital letters. I am notorious for sending text messages to people and having a lowercase I all the time. Like, because I'm just texting and I don't capitalize the I don't put punctuation in, I run words together, I send things misspelled, especially when texting call, because I just
horrendous.
Do it really fast and I'm like, oh, what was I even trying to say there? So just whenever you respond to a customer, whether it's through eBay or Poshmark or anything like that, make sure everything is spelled correctly, make sure you're being clear and concise, and then just one of the things that, should be a given, but I'm going to say it anyway, be polite in your responses. Act like you are a multi-million-dollar business and respond as such. Don't act like you're, the person next door and you've known them for 15 years and they're still going to be your friend if you yell at them. That's not going to be the case. You have no relationship really built yet with this customer. And so make sure you start to build that relationship by being positive, by being encouraging, and being polite.
Right. They did have some do's and don'ts. I found this off the online. I thought there were some pretty clever do's and don'ts, and you could add to a list. This is a pretty standard list on being professional.
Well, and it's what we do too.
Yeah. And they said to respond to be professional, respond to the buyer in a timely fashion.
Nobody cares if you answer a week later. They don't care if you answer a week later because they wanted their answer. To be honest, whenever I ask a question, I want the answer right now.
Right.
And it frustrates me that I even have to wait for an answer. And so anytime you can make your listing where they don't have to ask you a question is great. Such as when making Poshmark listings, nobody wants to ask, what are the measurements? Because what they're going to do is they're going to ask the question, then they're going to bypass your item and they're going to buy someone else's who does have measurements. So just put the measurements in there and then you won't have to ask the question.
Very good. So respond to the buyer in a timely fashion. If they ask a question, try to respond quickly.
That's when smartphones come in handy.
Yeah. The one thing that we're struggling with is keeping up on YouTube questions. It's really why we kind of like to do this in the first place, so we can answer any question that you might have.
Immediately
right live, so you get it right then.
Also, email questions. If you email us questions, I almost always answer emails.
Yeah. Heather already covered the second one. Use proper language and punctuation at all times. Emojis are not considered professional language. On that, tell the truth about everything you know in regards to the item of sale. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that even means if they ask you a question you don't know about, you can tell them that you don't know. Because maybe you've already shipped it and you can say, hey, I already bought it and it's en route shipping. Does it have XYZ? And you go, well, it's already been packaged and shipped, and so I can't make those measurements, but this is what I do know about it.
Right. The don'ts: do not swear at the person. On eBay, on Poshmark, you automatically lose as soon as you bring vulgarity into the conversation, profanity into the conversation. They will instantly side with the buyer. Okay. Even if you're operating your own site, you shouldn't. It doesn't look good at all. It's not considered professional at all. And then there's all these other little things that you could say that, they're not swearing, they're not profanity, but they're a personal attack on the buyer. Mm-hmm. Right? And you have to be...
Don't ever get personal.
Incredibly careful with it. You really have to do your best to remain unattacked. And the problem for us, I know, especially if it's on our site and they attack us personally, or they attack our, like somebody said a little while ago, they didn't like our home or something like that. You got to let that roll off of you if you're trying to run a business. Mm-hmm. And almost everybody I know has a story that they walked into a mom and pop store and, they complained about something and the owner bit their head off. Yeah. Now, part of it's because the owner's working hard, and it's like he didn't want to hear that, or she didn't want to hear that at that moment.
But they just lost a customer. And a referral. You know, if the owner was just like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, we're moving things around and they're pleasant and kind, then like most people are reasonable and they understand that, hey, this might be the only person who works in this store.
Yeah.
You know?
And so there's things like you shouldn't say like, well, you're too woke for that, or you're a Karen, or you're a millennial, or those aren't profanity, but at the same time, they're not professional language. And it's attacking the person.
It is.
So, anyway.
Yep.
I do not know why I did that.
It's like it went to an ad. It left our video there. There we go.
What is going on there?
There we go.
Interesting. Okay. Let's see.
Your chat. There we go.
Thank you.
We go. All right, we're going to catch up on some comments because I know we got some questions and comments and shout outs.
Jennifer Smith says, I pay when I get your email. So first day.
Yeah, she's usually really fast.
Decor and More says, I like your weekly specials.
Thanks.
Very good.
We've been trying to highlight some things just because the main reason is we have so many things on Hooked on Pickin right now that I've actually been trying to go back and highlight anything that is seasonal. So it's perfect for this time of year. Like we've got those big leaf trays for Thanksgiving. And if you order like Jennifer, you're going to get it in 2 days. I actually used them myself for our Thanksgiving dinner at church, so I used one of them for a decor piece. But anything that's seasonal or decor, and then anything that maybe you haven't seen in a while, or that we have one more left of, and so we're going to discount it to move it off the store so that we can make room for some other things on the shelf.
Right.
So anytime we have like a one item, it takes up space on the shelf that's inventoried for that space, and so if we can move that one item in, a lot of times we can bring in 4 or 5 to fit in that space.
Brett Brizard says, I have enjoyed watching your channel. I've been watching since y'all used to film Walmart hauls in the dining room.
Yep.
I attend the wholesale formula and decided to change my business model. Awesome. Very cool. Philip Wood says, Philip here in, is it Suffolk, Virginia? And first time watching, were you a preacher at or location? I'm still a pastor now. I pastor Westgate Baptist Church in Trenton, Illinois.
We're near St. Louis.
Mm-hmm. So about 30 minutes.
Yep.
30 minutes east of St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Don Reed says, hello from Denton, Texas. Denton, Texas.
I bet they got warmer weather than us.
I bet you they do. Brett says, I live in South Louisiana. All the products I sell now are gourmet grocery items from my area. I love selling multiples that I can always get. Absolutely.
Yep.
Let me tell you, the gourmet grocery, we have a popcorn order coming from Bell's Gourmet Popcorn.
Oh, brand new popcorn and 2 new flavors.
Then we've got cookies coming. I've got ham and chocolate. The cookies I'm interested to see. They're from the Little Red Kitchen, and they make the batch as soon as when I buy it. Then they make the batch, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. So I'm interested to see how those go for folks. And then the ham and chocolate I think has gone fairly well. Mm-hmm.
I think we might be sold out of our cookies and cream one.
So, but there's a big market for gourmet stuff.
Unique flavors that you can't find on the everyday shelf.
Yeah.
So like you can always find Hershey's chocolate bar, you can always find Reese's peanut butter cups, but what about birthday cake candy bars or red
banana
velvet
crunch
candy bars,
something like that,
things like that are really fun.
Deb Brick says, hello everyone, I'm a little bit late to the conversation, but I try to be as professional as I can. My motto is kill them with kindness, be kind and honest. Very important.
That's a good motto.
Deb Brick says, I got my order with my turkey placemats from last week's sale. I love them.
Awesome.
Good. Jennifer Smith says, I found a lady that sells items on Facebook, and after watching her for a while, I purchased from her because of her personality, and I love her items. Great.
Awesome.
Brett says, I sell mostly coffee and seasonings. Ooh.
That's smart.
Oh, I did. You gotta know the coffee business has got to be huge, right? So, very cool, Brett.
I'd probably buy from Brett. I'm a coffee drinker.
Yeah, if you want to post your website or whatever, feel free, Brett.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's totally fine with us. Number 3 of 5 ways to make it as a successful reseller, and I think this goes beyond a successful reseller. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But number 3 is you got to buy low.
Yep. I mean, the old adage of buy low, sell high. That's exactly what you do as a reseller. That's what everybody does. If you own a business, that's essentially what you do. You're going to make your cost of goods or cost of, you know, time or whatever is going to be low, and then you're going to charge a little bit more than that. The goal is to not rip people off, because then they'll never come back, but to make it reasonable enough for you to actually make a profit and to cover all your overhead and all of that kind of stuff. So we
just ordered off the store.
Awesome.
All right. You know, that goes even for if you're making the item. You know, we've got several folks in our church family that, you know, they run their own business, but they have a unique ability. They make the item that they're selling.
Yes.
You know, they are their own manufacturer, which is kind of neat. But they have to, every step in the process, what does the paint cost? What does the wood cost? What does the metal cost? What does the nails, the screws, and all of that cost, you know? So they've got that down to a science. I think everybody has to. So you have to think through, I've got to get this at the lowest possible, but still quality. And I think buying low and buying quality sometimes conflict with one another.
Yep.
And I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but you know, you can always buy a coffee mug, I guess, and some can be trash.
Yep.
And others can be made really, really well. And that goes across the board for everything.
Well, have you ever gotten those, all the ladies will probably understand, you ever gotten those tumblers that they have the inside liner, and then the first time you put it in the dishwasher, there's water stuck between the outside stainless steel look and then the liner, and it's super frustrating because you're like, if I would have just bought a higher quality one, then I could put it in the dishwasher.
Sure.
You know, so...
Let's see. Brett says, I sell mostly coffee and seasoning. Then he says, I only sell on Amazon. Can I send y'all some samples of the coffee and K-Cups?
Absolutely.
Brett, you can always send Heather coffee and K-Cups.
I have a Keurig, so I use K-Cups.
That'd be cool. So to make it a successful reseller, number 3, you have to buy low. It's very important to be able to do that. Number 4, this is kind of an odd one, but it's good.
It's very, someone actually asked me a question about this yesterday. And so, with like, why don't you keep everything?
Yeah.
So here is the number 4 is...
Number 4 is remain detached from the item.
Yep.
So explain. What does that mean?
So basically it just means that whether you start out selling your own personal items, like the shirt that no longer fits you, or the family heirloom that's just taking up space and really you don't want anymore because it doesn't, you know, I mean, it may have been in your family for years, but you just don't have any use for it. You're clearing out your house, and that's how you're starting. There may be sentimental value to that particular item, but for the buyer, there's none. And so you have to remember that when pricing your item. So even though it means a lot to you, you can't price it $50 when it's only worth $15. And so remain detached means basically don't fall in love with that particular item. Look at it just like you are standing in the Walmart aisle and you're buying it from Walmart. Walmart has no emotional attachment to anything on their shelves. They are looking for the bottom line. They want to make money. And so remain detached. And someone at the comment that I had yesterday was, with all those huge liquidation boxes and wholesale things, and you get everything really, really at a really great price, how do you not keep everything? To be honest, the one word I would say is profits. That's the reason I don't keep stuff. And so, yes, I do. I mean, you have seen me keep stuff. I just commented that I kept one of the leaf trays. You know, because I'm going to use it for my Thanksgiving decoration. Yeah. But that also means I just got a good deal on one more decoration that I needed for my house. Yeah. But if you don't need it, don't keep it, because you want to make a profit. So keep your profits in the back of your mind whenever unboxing or buying anything to resell. And know that whoever's buying it, they are not attached to it one bit. Okay? Yeah. So you have to remain detached.
Yeah, and I think that's probably even harder for someone that makes the item. You know what I mean? I mean, you put your time and energy and sweat into it. You're thinking, boy, this is beautiful, and
you also put your unique design on it.
And we have found people that actually make their items, craft their items. You can see when they price it that they price it fairly high, and I think that's just part natural to being a person. I mean, you made it with your own two hands. You know, you like it. It's a good quality and whatnot.
And you have a love for that particular item.
And there's been times where, you know, the whole buying low, I find people around the area that, hey, they're beautiful craftsmen. They make really nice things. But I'm like, I can't buy that at a wholesale price. I mean, I'll offend them. And then you meet other people that are different than that. But remain detached. You want to sell that item. You want to sell for profit, but you want to sell that item.
Yep.
Okay, that was number 4. Number 5 for the 5 ways to make it as a successful reseller is don't cheat yourself.
Yes, don't cheat yourself. And I would say the easiest way to get cheated as far as don't cheat yourself is you're trying to move the product. Someone comes up and says, hey, I'll buy it if you offer free shipping. And there goes all your profit. Don't do that. All right. You need to keep track of your numbers. You need to know how much did you pay for it? How much is your listing cost? You know, I mean, with eBay, it's going to be anywhere from 25 to 35%, depending on how they pay. Amazon, you're going to have about 35% costs. You know, your own website, your flea market, booth rental, all of those things. And so do not cheat yourself. Make sure you price it high enough for people to buy it. And the reason why I say that is because you as a reseller are probably a frugal buyer. Okay? You buy things at a low price. And so for you to upcharge it feels wrong. You know what I mean? Because you're like, well, I bought it so low. I don't want to gouge them, but you don't take into consideration your time and working, your shipping box cost, your tape cost, all of that kind of stuff needs to be taken into consideration. Now, you know us, we try not to gouge people with our prices. If we go online and see that it's going for $40 on Amazon, generally you can find it for $20 on hookedonpickin.com. But we also have less than $20 in usually the purchase price. And so don't cheat yourself. Make sure you're pricing it high enough. You know, so I guess it's kind of a little bit the opposite of you were talking about the crafter sometimes prices it high. With this one, don't price it so low that you're making pennies instead of, you know, 10s or 20s or 30s or $100 on something.
Right, yeah. Price it fair. Just be thinking about that. And your time is valuable, so think through that too. Now, if the item that you picked up, let's say you went and you bought something from liquidation and 100 of them came and you can find that item, it's 100 cans, okay? And they're $8.99 on Amazon and you bought them for $2.99, okay? You got to think through. If you price it for $10.99,
no one's going to buy it.
No one's going to buy it, right? So there has to be a level of wisdom in that too. But don't price it for, if you bought it for $2.99, $3.15. You know, yes, you made a little bit of money, but
is it worth your time?
That's not worth your time.
To make 15 cents.
But you could price it for $5.99, $6.99, $7.99. You know, depending, right? So you got to be thinking through that so that you don't cheat yourself. A few more questions here or comments. Decor and More says, I love your salted caramel popcorn.
Well, good, because we just ordered some more. We are out currently right now, but I think in about a week or so, we should have some more.
Well, technically he said 4 weeks, but says that they're going to try to put a rush order on it, so everything's back ordered.
Yeah.
So, because so many people are buying their popcorn Christmas orders, so we'll have ours last week of November to early December.
But we are getting some more in stock, and we specifically ordered that flavor.
Right. Let's see here. Jennifer Smith says, I'm so glad you mentioned that. I just talked to my cousin into selling items that belonged to my aunt. He was surprised how much he got for it.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Very good.
And so for people who just jumped on, we are talking about 5 ways to make it as a successful reseller, and we'll just kind of go through 1 through 5, and so that you can know. Please feel free to go ahead and ask multiple questions that are not related to this topic. We like to address it. But number 1 is...
be honest.
Be honest. Number 2 is...
be professional.
Number 3 is...
buy low.
Number 4...
remain detached.
And number 5 is...
don't know. Don't cheat yourself.
Don't cheat yourself. So make sure you charge a high enough dollar amount. So we love to just kind of throw those things out there. If you guys have a topic that you would like us to discuss, we are always open to suggestions. So feel free to always put that either in the live chat comment or in the comments of any of our videos and just say, hey, could you address XYZ and give us the topic? Because
one of those questions that someone asked about was the wholesaling. You want to know where I buy the wholesale items,
how we go about it, what's our process.
So the videos we put out Friday and Saturday, this last Friday and Saturday, kind of go over that to the best of our ability.
Because you guys asked for it.
Yep. And then don't forget there is a code. We go through Tundra. They don't sponsor any of our videos or anything like that, but they just opened up a deal.
It's like a customer referral. I know Poshmark has a customer referral. Like if someone opens a Poshmark store based on you having a Poshmark store, I think there's a referral or whatever, and they get like $10 in their account if they open it.
But this one's a lot better than $10. It was you get 15% off.
Your first 30 days. You'll get 15% off. Your order of $300, up to $300, and the link is I put it in this video.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I linked it in this video. So if you're interested in Tundra, go ahead and click the link. You don't have to do anything by clicking the link other than it'll take you to the Tundra site and it will give you that 15% off the first 30 days.
So check it out and see. We try to do that with anything, I think Via Trading gave us a promo code.
We get no kickbacks from Via Trading at all other than we went there. We agree with the way that they sell. It's a family-owned business, and so they were like,
fly us out to California.
They did fly us out to California.
They're great people.
But
free trip to California, I'll always take.
Yeah, that'll work. But they also were like, hey, since you're gonna put videos of Via Trading on, here's $50 off, for all your customers. So, so that's kind of nice. So anytime we can. Reselling. If you can save money at any turn, do it, because that also adds to the buy low option.
Right. Okay. And if you have any other questions, feel free to throw them on here. Let's see. Tanya Matthews says, hello. Happy Monday. It has been a long time.
Awesome.
We have the Matthews family at our church. Mm-hmm. So good people. Renee Kingsbury says, I made homemade Xmas cards or Christmas cards. And it's so hard to price them, but I do the 3D cards. Boy, we kind of got in that a little bit too through
Susanna Newsy.
Susanna Newsy made these beautiful cards. I mean, just beautiful. And we tried to sell them on our site, and my God, they're hard to sell, hard to price. That we discovered. And I don't know, some people are pricing their cards so low, and I'm thinking, wow. The amount of time that you put into some of these homemade cards. I don't know. But, I would imagine it could be hard. Let's see. Deb Brick says, enjoyed your 2-part series on wholesale buying. When things settle down in my life a little bit, it's the next thing I'm going to investigate.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, and I know, too, that code is, I think, doesn't matter when you start, but once you do start, it's that 30-day.
Yeah.
So it'll be probably good 2 months from now, I would imagine.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't think they're going to get rid of that anytime soon. Andrew Elder says, I just bought a popcorn mystery box. I'm hoping to get at least one bag of your spicy flavors.
I think I put one spicy in every one of the boxes we sold at the fire sale. Yeah.
I can't remember.
I think I put the habanero in all of the boxes.
Jennifer Smith says, did you say all wholesalers on Tundra require a license or a reseller certificate? I believe that is the case.
I think that's the case, yes.
Most wholesale companies and actually most liquidators now want you to have a reseller's license. So
what that does is you're not going to pay tax on the item. And then you do have to actually file for, you have to pay sales tax based on your state. But only when you sell the item. So when if you just buy it and you never resell anything, you just keep it for yourself, you never have to pay the sales tax. But you need to talk to your state rep and find out what are the rules for your state, because it's different for each state. So just call them. I'm not a tax professional.
Your state rep.
Well, I mean your state tax person.
Yeah. Because reseller license are called different things in different states.
Yeah, they're like tax exempt license, business license, reseller license, all those.
Yeah, people get weird with it. Andrew Elder says, awesome about the popcorn. Very good. Okay, if there's any other question, please respond now.
Yes.
If there are no questions, we'll leave.
We'll just give a recap real fast if you've jumped on late. So you're definitely going to want to rewatch it if you jumped on late. But we have the top 5 things to make you successful as a reseller. Number 1 was be honest. Number 2, I'm going to try to remember them. It's not
You're
working
mess
already.
This up. This is going to be no. You should
I'm
try.
cheating.
You should just try.
Number 1, be honest. Number 2, be professional. I am not smart enough to remember.
Why did you go over them again?
Buy low. Number 4, remain detached. And number 5, don't cheat yourself. Because if somebody got on late, now they know.
That's right.
All right, so go ahead and check those out. We'll be here for your information. If you have any suggestions for future videos, we would love to have you leave them in either the live chat or leave them in the comment section below if you're watching this after the fact. Make sure you subscribe to our text messaging list, because I put out a text message immediately prior to this video so that you were alerted, hey, look, we're going live, check us out. So hopefully those of you who were on the list got that text message. Let me know if you did. You can always click the link down in the description below to get subscribed to that text messaging list. And then also anytime we put discounts out, there'll be some exclusive discounts I'll put out just for our text messengers alone. And then, also look into becoming a patron, but go to hookedonpickin.com. We have tons of things for sale, perfect things for the Christmas season. We try to really stock ourselves with lots of stocking stuffers and various things that you would definitely need for Christmas time. So hopefully you've enjoyed this chat on the top 5 reasons to become a successful reseller, and it was helpful for you. Thanks so much, and remember, in the end, Jesus wins.